said to you exactly how I feel. I know that this is mutual. The future could be yours, alright, 'cause I can ride with you. Let me ride with you. One day is just all it takes to know that all these days were worthwhile. Just waiting for you. Hallucinate while I'm wide awake. I'm such an astral place to find out and talk about it. I'm checking out. I can feel my body fading away. Oh, how you feeling now? I'ma just be going right this way. The demons that I know, they keep me in control. My heart put in a cage and it stays deep inside a hole. Feelings in my soul, I can feel it in my bones. The lover of my life arrived, but he don't even know. Hey, I'm in too deep, I said. Hey, risking me, I guess. You will never ever see me as more like a friend. I'm scared to say these feelings again.
Hey.
'Cause I don't think I'll ever get to see you again.
Happy Memorial Day night. How was everybody's day?
I can feel my body fading away. Oh, how you feeling now? I'ma just be going right this way.
Let's see. Yeah, had to work. I had to work. But that's okay, because when you work, well, at least where I work, it's double time on holidays, right? So, kind of makes your work day a little bit happy. You wish all the work days were like that, but you know what? Take them when I can get them, right? And I expected Little Miss Thang to be online a lot more today. But she, as far as I know, she only did the one. Unless she did others. No, there was her yesterday. And which is fine. Not that I care. I just expected her to do more since it was a holiday. I don't know. I just didn't expect her to be working. You know, and it came up in was it I think it was Ultimate Deception, or was it No More Cheeseke's Lies? They were talking about something, some kind of post, and I said, because she's been like that for 7 days. I mean, every day in the scrubs with the scope, the mask hanging on her neck. So it's like, you mean to tell me she works 7 days a week from like morning until night, sitting in her car the entire time? So I don't know. And some other stuff came to light, which will come out eventually. Bam was, we talked earlier he's doing better. Ever since he's taken the Paxlovid, he's doing a lot better. And he said, I know he's doing better because I asked him what he had to eat, and he says he ate a chili dog. And I said, "Oh, how was it?" He goes, "I don't know. I couldn't taste it." So, but he's feeling better. He sounds better too. And he's got to be up super way early in the morning at the ass crack. So it was obvious he was not going to be online tonight. I am expecting the return of my friend Abel, who's done some stuff with me last year. And he would co-host with me, and he would do some shows sometimes when I couldn't, or if I was going to be late because I had to work, he would get online and cover. Good guy. Hopefully, this week, maybe into next week, I can get him back over here. And when he was on, a lot of people liked him too. So anyway, we've got this video, which is 1 hour and 1 minute long. And as usual, if we have to skip forward, we will absolutely do so. It's not a surprise that she just keeps on with her same stuff. It's almost to a fault. In other words, it's starting to get like, okay, oh, she's on again. Okay, whatever, right? So that's why I had to dig for stuff, and I got other stuff planned for the coming week. And COVID, yes, Bam's got it. You can get up and watching? No, I'm pretty sure. I was gonna make a crack about Bam, but I won't. I'll wait till he's with me, then I'll tease him about that. Anyway, we've got our little guy ready on standby right here.
A bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit.
He's right there on standby, waiting. All right. So I say something else. So what was that? Check. Oh yeah. Did I see Lavina here? She was here like before we even went live. So what the heck happened to you? You broke your arm? Did you break your arm? That's what he said yesterday. Lavina, how you doing with that arm? Is that you or is that your son who's online? How did they put a cast on you? Or I mean, is it broken? I mean, requiring a cast or what the heck happened? Anyway, please update us, please, if you would. We are interested. Hopefully you're doing okay and it's nothing, you're not going to lose an arm or anything, right? All right, this video was from this afternoon. I should send you a sticker so you can put it on. If you were nearby, we'd have people sign it. But I'll send you a sticker so you can put it on there. Send a picture in with your sticker on the cast. You should paint it. Are you going to paint it? I know people paint their casts. I've had broken, but never a cast. And I know some people would color it, or, you know, you have everybody sign it or whatever. And I don't know what the point of that was. Welcome, everyone. All of you joining me tonight. All right, let's get this thing going because I really don't want to make it a late night. And I'm checking to see if she is gone live tonight. Will she? No, but a lot more TikToks, I'll tell you that much. What do you call those? TikToks or the Reels or whatever? She's posting her romantic goals. Anyway, let's get this thing going. Yeah, it's blue. The kid signed it. Right? Okay, cool. Recover soon. Get well soon. There she goes with the music. White. I know sometimes her videos get cut off. Sometimes, not all the time. She plays so much music.
When it's the hottest day of the summer.
Yeah, and I'm going to mute it because I don't want any issues with music copyright.
Happy Labor Day. If you live in the United States. Hello. This is Vanessa Tejadina coming at you live here in South Texas, but not the Rio Grande Valley. Hi there, Michelle. How are you? Jennifer Rowe, Sandy Rodriguez, Angelica Centeno. I have a little bit of a drive. It looks like a little bit more of a drive because I don't know what happened. Oh. Hi, Miss Isabel, Miss Gill, Rachel Davis. How are you, Miss Cheryl? Hi there, Jess. Miss Fletcher. Yep, thank you. Hi there, Miss Karen. Hey, Maxine, how are you? Oh, my, Maxine, you got COVID? I don't know why they're not telling people about traveling right now. The numbers are going up and like, Hi, Miss Renee, Miss Patty, Miss Anna. Can y'all send your prayers and thoughts and positive vibes to Miss Maxine Williamson? It's interesting to me how they're not really saying anything about it. And 2 years ago, it was just like, this is what's going on. This is so important, this and that. Like, and I know the numbers. I see the numbers and I know what's going on because I see what's happening. I see people that I know, getting it. If I didn't know any better, if somebody didn't know any better, they can make the guess that it's almost as if because they barely mentioned this in the news last week. Here in my area, where we were the second hotspot because of all of the comorbidities, we have more comorbidities per population in one human here than anywhere else in the United States.
I think if I'm going to any discussions we'll just have, I'm not going to stop the video to prolong this thing. COVID is picking up down here anyway. In Texas it is. In South Texas it is.
Because remember when I saw my monthly doctor's appointment,
and you saw the report, the thing I posted about Jill Biden, President Biden's wife, got COVID.
My doctor
and she's been double vaxxed, double, what do you call that? Boosted.
So they already knew
and
what's going on. They're not just going to do that for no reason.
The only shots I had was the original Pfizer when they first came out.
Just tell people.
Never again.
Don't just.
Never got it.
5 weeks later.
Never. I'm not getting any of that crap.
I said it yesterday.
So
the incubation period is 7 to 14 days.
So when you get.
So about 14 days ago.
Vaccinated.
And previous to that.
That doesn't even stay in your body, but what, 6 months? If even that, no longer.
To last 4 weeks. is about
That's why they want you to keep
the
getting.
incubation period of COVID around that time.
And
It was
so
super hot.
I don't know. I'm not doing it
That's when
again.
it
I'm not
was
getting
hot.
vaxxed.
That's
Just not doing it.
that's when people were breathing the same oxygen because there was a heat, all this heat, and this was like this throughout the South and the Midwest. So and in the East. I'm sorry, in the West.
Is this the part where she's gonna say she was the one that broke the news about COVID?
So if somebody didn't, somebody could make the reasonable guess that, or be suspicious enough to be like, why aren't you making a big deal? Why weren't you talking about the possibility of getting COVID in the same way during the winter you talk about the possibility of getting COVID and how all of the risk factors are involved? And so every flu season is going to be a possibility of a COVID spike. It's the same thing whenever it's hot for the same exact reason.
This doesn't interest me. Can I skip forward? Do you guys mind if we skip forward, or do you just want to watch?
Some people might want to say like,
hey, screw it. Let's just hear her out for the hour.
It almost seems as if you want folks to get sick, because you're not doing any public service announcements. Almost as if you create another spike, which you could have mitigated the damage had you opened your mouth as leaders or as the news, right?
You mean like this? It's probably more entertaining watching her like this. What is she saying? Can you figure out what she's saying? She doesn't seem so angry today.
If that's what you want.
The F-bombs are not dropping.
Nothing against that, but I'm all about, why don't you prevent the damage? That's more important to me. My goodness, they're more worried about Hunter Biden and Donald Trump. Seems like. Let's not make this into a political post because I mentioned both sides of that coin. So I'm not taking one side or the other.
I know. Mm-hmm. She's got this thing.
But it's sad to me that they're not even talking about it.
Not yet? Okay, not yet.
My goodness. Thank you.
I'm going to do this for right now.
Rachel Davis says, right, it's confusing. I work in a hospital and our ER has been full of COVID. Exactly. Not only that, there's whole ass schools that have been closed. Hello? And when were they closed? And we knew that was going to happen because why would you not? Honestly, what should have happened is that the smartest people in the country, in the states, your leaders, should have said, hey, school's about to start. School's about to start. And it's been the hottest it's ever been during modern times, right? The incubation of COVID is this many days to this many days. That means that there's a high likelihood that these children are going to be affected. And even though the children are traditionally not as affected health-wise, they are carriers. And so that's going to transfer.
Children were the least affected demographic, even as carriers. Almost non-existent numbers. So
something related to the COVID diagnosis.
I just spit on the
either an aggravation of your existing comorbidity, whatever.
That's what I gotta say.
But it's just amazing to me that no leaders in the nation, our United States, said, hey, even had the common sense to say, all these people have been inside breathing the same oxygen, and school's about to start. So school's about to start, which probably means that if we don't do something about it,
like what?
There's a high probability that a lot of the children that are going to start school were amongst and in areas because of the heat where they shared oxygen with a lot of different people in an abnormally high rate because of the heat. So maybe it's a good idea to delay the beginning of the school year.
No freaking way. You know how messed up kids are now and kids were when they shut down schools and kept everybody at home? You know how messed up the situation was? You know how messed up kids got mentally from being locked in their house, not being able to go to school, not being able to socialize? Do you guys you remember that? That's the freaking worst thing that could have happened. And Meathead over here, you want to do that again? There's no proof. Okay, so now we're back to school. Is there an outbreak? Is there a big, giant, enormous outbreak? Like a super spreader event? That's what they called it, right? No, there isn't. I know I said I wasn't going to stop it to talk, but I had to.
You don't even need to be a genius for that. You really don't. You just need to be a human that has common sense and that puts the best interest of the public before any other interests.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy to me. Remember that a KN90, remember that a regular mask ain't gonna cut it, y'all. It's not gonna cut it. And a KN95, which is not this, is not gonna cut it either. Your best protective mask is a N95.
She makes it sound like all the kids are at school facing each other, breathing on each other. Most of these schools, and I say most because not all, most of them are air conditioned. With the filters on them, they got to replace those filters too. So, you know what? Who would? I know we're not going to listen to her. I'm just saying, I don't know who would listen to her. Unless they don't know anything about her. Oh, she's a nurse. She knows what she's talking about. If they only knew. That's why I'm here. Get it?
That's crazy. That's what happens when you start, the same thing happened with the prison system. That's why they closed all that's why the federal prison industry in Texas was affected, because when you start privatizing, jailing people, and you get money for every head of every human that's jailed, well, what's going to happen there? You're going to do everything you can to maximize the number of people that's in there. Many times greed will cause, an injustice. Well, in this case, whenever school districts started to make their money off of attendance of every child from pre-K all the way to 12th grade, well, that's going to do the same thing. They're not going to want to miss out on that money, even if it means putting them at risk of exposure when you should know better. Every time you make money for a human being being in a certain place, that's not good. That's not good at all. Because the interest other than the humans involved will always be a priority, when really it should be the people involved and their human lives that should be priority. But that's just me. What do I know, right? Because I'm just a woman from the Rio Grande Valley. I've just been a nurse for 25 years. And I'm just a biologist, and I guess none of that matters. Oh, and I'm hated.
You're not a biologist. You know what? Okay. Even if you graduate with a biology degree, it still does not make you a biologist. Did you work as a biologist? Did you advance your career in biology? A career in biology? No. So you cannot call yourself a biologist. You can call yourself one and pretend. That's one thing. But you want to make everybody else believe you're a biologist when you're not?
And the thing is that it's even worse now. People don't realize that there's people with long haul COVID, which means that they've already had COVID once. Do you know how many millions of Americans we've had who are existing right now? And I mentioned this 2 years ago when it was happening. We're going to have a bunch of Americans with decreased lung function because they survived COVID. And if it wasn't COVID that caused that, then it was the ventilator that they were on that was way too strong and blew out part of their lungs, damaged some of their lungs while they were trying to save their lives. It just happens. Either way, though, there's going to be a huge population with long haul COVID symptoms, which means this is different than the first time COVID came. These people are at risk. We have a whole entire population of humans that are of a new demographic that weren't in existence before. So they are most at risk because they don't have the lung function that other Americans have. All of that shit is common sense.
Common sense is also letting your natural immune system fight this crap off. Common sense is also doing things and eating things to strengthen your own immune system. What do you want to do? Shelter everybody for another year? Lock everybody up in little individual rooms, no contact with people? You want to do that again? It's ridiculous.
There's people with degrees and doctorates and masters and all that bullshit, credentials that far exceed mine, that are in leadership positions in all of these organizations and all of these governmental levels that have the ability to think exactly the way that I'm thinking right now. So make no mistake, it's just baffling me that they haven't done that.
So she's smarter than all of them.
That's crazy. I wasn't even going to tell y'all about that, but I was going to mention it, but I didn't know that one of my other followers was. Do you know how many followers have mentioned this? I mean, and then I see what I see off of this.
You don't see nothing.
Well, and it affects us in the same way, the same risk they refuse to identify here. You see, whenever COVID first came over here and we became the second hotspot here after New York City, remember, New York City was the first hotspot. Why? Because of the sheer concentration of human beings in buildings whose airways went vertically. And so everybody in that building was sharing the exact same airway. And then when you have a high population of those people, then it makes sense that New York City was going to be the first hotspot. So when it came over here, we don't have that problem. In fact, we have miles between houses. However, we have more people with multiple comorbidities. It's the most unhealthy population. Not only is it the most unhealthy population, it's the highest concentrated population with elderly people. Not only that, it's the highest concentration of multiple generations, more than one family in.
Is she saying? Wait, what did she say? I got to hear that again.
So when it came over here, we don't have that problem. In fact, we have miles between houses. However, we have more people with multiple comorbidities. It's the most unhealthy population. Not only is it the most unhealthy population, it's the highest concentrated population with elderly people.
You mean, so does she really want us to believe that we have more old people here than Florida? I mean, Florida is the capital where people go to retire. I want to try to look these statistics up because it doesn't sound right to me.
Not only that, it's the highest concentration of multiple generations, more than one family in the house.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in.
Wow. Well, if I had to guess why they're not telling y'all, I mean, it's only one of two things. I don't want to believe that the leaders lack the common sense knowledge with all those credentials. I don't want to believe that they don't know. I don't. Well, the damage is still the same no matter what it is that I'm guessing. But I'm guessing it could only be two things. Either they don't know to think this deeply, which I doubt seriously, because like I said, they have credentials that far exceed mine. So they should have not only been able to pick up on these impending problems, this should have been already on their possible problems from 2 years ago. Somebody should have asked themselves, hey, what happens since we already know that every year that passes gets hotter? What's going to happen regarding COVID when it gets extraordinarily hot? Oh, yeah. People are going to all get in the same spaces and breathe the same air. Oh, what's going to happen when that happens right when school starts? Oh, yeah. You're going to then have another situation
All right.
where you're going to maximize.
California has the highest population.
Double, triple, multiply, right?
I believe this is of
Those
over
people,
65.
those children that were already exposed to some things because of the heat are now going to expose each other in the
See, according to the
school.
U.S. Census Bureau's
They're
latest
gonna
estimate,
go
over
back.
50 million,
They're gonna go
50
home,
million senior
and then
citizens
they're
live in the
gonna
U.S.
expose their families.
Florida has the highest percentage of senior citizens, 21%,
That's
followed by
all
Maine.
common sense. So if you were to ask
Utah
me,
has the
I don't
lowest.
want to believe that they lack the
And
ability
California is
to
the highest
and
population
foresee any kind
of senior
the
citizens
job of
over
leaders is foresee any
of
potential
senior
problems
citizens.
that will affect the public and make sure that you
And I think
implement
Texas is like
strategies
third
to
or something like that.
intervene. A failure to intervene is negligence. That's the first guess. The
So
other guess,
she's
now
wrong.
remember the results
You know.
of both of these things being true, or maybe it's a mix. I don't know.
Are we surprised
All
though?
I know is the effects of both, separate or together, and in any ratio. 20% the first thing I said, and 30, 80% what I'm about to say, or 50-50, or just one and the other, and not the other. I don't care. The other guess that I would have is that they're just greedy.
She's live. You want to go live right now? You want to go watch her live right now? Should we switch over to her live? Hang on. Ooh, she just went live right now. Like literally right now.
Vegas. I see you. I see you. I had like 1 mile of gas left. I barely made it to my last destination by the skin of my teeth, right? But I wasn't worried because I knew a block away there was a Valero. And so I get off, and I'm there, and I get off, and I take my money, and the guy at the register was like, I was like, this much on this pump, and he was like, there's no gas, and I'm like, what do you mean? And why don't you have the bags out there on the pump if there's no gas, right? And I was like, what am I gonna do? Because I think that I was like, right away, I was like, the nearest store is more than a few miles away. And he was a young man, and he was like, well, there is gas, but there's only diesel and premium.
So you put the
I
premium.
was like, then you have gas. I said, yeah, I want that much. Thank you. And with the receipt. And so I'm waiting for the receipt. And I asked him, I said, well, do I look like I can't afford that? I'm just wondering. And he was like, no, it's just because it's like when we have premium, it's like we don't have gas because no one ever gets that. And I'm like, well, I don't really have a choice. I have less than a mile left on my car, so premium it is. And I didn't realize until right now, because I've never filled my car with premium gas. Literally, I filled it up. It's a big difference. I didn't realize. Because usually if I would have filled it up with the same amount of money with a regular unleaded, it would have been like 350 miles, right? And it only got like 250. Wow.
Yeah, at almost $4 a gallon.
I enjoyed my day. It was very productive, and I didn't have time to work.
Premium gas is actually good. It's more efficient when you're on the expressway a lot. Highway driving, it's more efficient. But if you're doing city driving, typical stop and go, regular city stuff, stick with the cheap stuff.
Worry about anything, so that's always good. Thank you. 9 p.m. in Oregon. Hi there, Miss Christina. Sunday.
I wonder if she just drives around talking and then she bills the company for gas, for mileage.
Thank you, Minnesota. I always say it that way. I always say Minnesota. I always do. I don't know why. It's because I see a lot of winter Texans, and a lot of them are from Minnesota, and their accents are heavy. I do the same thing with North Dakota. I can't help it. Amanda says she is hot and sick in Kansas. Prayers to you. I hope you get better. Good evening, Mr. Cordova. Hi there, Miss Cheryl. Jordanton, Texas. Oh my goodness, Willie. Isn't Jordanton, Texas? Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't Jordanton, Texas, where that man escaped from one of the TDCJ facilities? Am I wrong? And he approached some people, the young boys and their grandpa in the deer blinds. Am I wrong? Let me know. I just want to know if I remember things correctly.
Wasn't that from last year when he went through?
Right yeah, I believe it.
Strawberry capital.
It doesn't get cool anymore at night. Hola, Marlene says, "Hola from Florida. How are you doing? Have y'all recovered completely yet?" She says, "I just took my grandkids out for ice cream. That's always a blessing for me." Yes, it is. I hope you took pictures. Always take the pictures. Always take the pictures and videos of them. Even if you don't post them, you're gonna want them. Those are the pictures. Those pictures and those videos right now are what you're gonna play at their graduation.
You're gonna want the pictures and videos in case you lose custody of your kids and you can't see them for real anymore. Then you can look at pictures and video.
I wish I could just get to spend a day in your company. It would love you too. And it would be pleasant. It would be. It would be. It would be pleasant. Houston in the house. I see you. Norma Alvarez Ortega says we had a little rain in Houston. I'm glad it was just a little. Every time I hear that there's going to be a lot of rain in Houston, I always am like, because I know they haven't done anything about torrential rainfall effects there. So I always say a strong prayer for Houston every time I know they're going to have some rain. Thank you, Taylor. I'm okay. I'm getting ready to decompress.
Decompress? I know, because sitting in your car all
well,
day.
I'm glad you can make it, Sam.
Sitting in your car for hours at a time. I can't imagine.
Miss Ebarb says my AC went out. Oh, man. I'm sorry about that. That's miserable. No, I know how that feels. I know how that feels because you know what? I may not be high maintenance, like where, like this hair has never been colored. This hair right here, right? And Leslie Hoffman says, "Are you an RN?" I just got out of the hospital passing kidney stones. Ouch. That's one of the most painful things a human can go through. At least that's what we were taught. No, I'm an LPN.
It is.
Everybody confuses me for an RN. I know why too, and it shouldn't be.
Because you make it seem that way. That's why. You make it seem like it. That's why.
I'm proud to be an LPN that gets confused for an RN, but I always make the distinction. No, I never wanted to be an RN.
Right.
But yes. But I'm a biologist. And that curriculum is it's one of the hardest curriculums in any university. It was fun though.
A bullshit?
Thank you, Jaconi.
A bullshit?
Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl's an LPN. Hey there, Amanda Krell. Thank you, Miss Cheryl, for your service. Amanda Krell says, my stepson was an LPN. My grandma was an... Oh, what? My aunt and uncle was a med vet. What was your grandma? I that's awesome. A med tech. Okay. Yes, Leslie. You need to drink a lot of water. Honestly, do you drink enough water? Every friend that I've ever known that passes kidney stones, and people think that it's not a big deal, and it's like, from your kidneys to your bladder are your ureters. Those things are tiny. Be lucky you're not a man. Be lucky you're not a man. And I don't think most people understand it's not a stone. It's not like a smooth stone. No. That is one of the spikiest. Very spiky. All the length of that ureter. And then it gets into the bladder, and then it still has to make its way out of the urethra. Imagine a man.
You guys know what a kidney stone, what it looks like? She is right. It's not a smooth rock. It's like a jagged edge, flat little disc. Most of mine were like little flat discs.
I know I do. It would be.
And they're jagged. I mean, the edges are freaking sharp. That's why as it's passing, it's scraping along your parts. And
if the last time you took them and got credit for them was 5 years ago, In Texas, they make you redo them. That is absolutely freaking ridiculous because nothing has changed about microbiology. I don't think that that's right. Nothing has changed about anatomy and physiology. Did we get new organs? No, we didn't. Did we get more bones? No, we have not. No, we haven't. Nothing has changed about microbiology, like none of those things. And it's like, if they did, if there's a change, then give them a refresher course. Why are you going to make them do everything all over again? And you know what? If I were to enter the RN program, do you know how I would feel as a biologist? It would, first of all, the classes would be so damn easy. I mean, they would be like, they'd be fun. They'd be like little refresher courses for me. They'd be so easy because I could teach those.
Wow.
Right?
She's saying that the RN classes is nothing for her. It's the same as LVN. She could teach the RN classes.
If it wasn't for the fact that they would have to redo all like 5 major classes regarding things that haven't even changed, that have not even show me the data where they've changed significantly. They haven't. They should make you do like a little test. If you pass the test, I mean, come on, no, you know.
Oh, so now she's a teacher too.
Norma Alvarez, tell your daughter I said thank you for your service. I don't know how she can handle seeing all that blood. And she says she's thinking about what she's going to eat for.
Jack of all trades, but master of none.
You get used to it.
Now she's a teacher too.
I can deal with everything.
Nursing teacher.
You know, I can. There's one thing that I really have to be strong for, though.
Right,
That's
Panda? If it was that easy,
secretion.
if it's that easy,
I have to be real strong for that.
why didn't she do it?
Better do
Why
it.
doesn't she go do it now?
Mm-hmm.
That face. Why don't you go do the RN thing now?
When I was first a nurse, the first year,
Let's go do it.
I had a patient who had Pseudomonas. That's a particularly, it's one of those organisms. I had to get my eyes washed out.
Oh, I found it. Pseudomonas. I wonder if she can spell it.
I had taken out his inner cannula because I was going to change the inner cannula. And he coughed. And so he coughed. And it hit my face. The whole thing on the left stuck there.
She's a friggin' liar.
Stuck there. I was stunned. I was just stunned.
Right.
And Pseudomonas has a certain smell, a certain odor.
Dude, where are you, little dude?
A bullshit?
I don't know why I said
A
that.
bullshit? A bullshit.
That had been filed in the recesses of my mind.
And there's a lot of recesses in her mind, believe me.
Yeah. Thank you, Raylene. She says, I just want to say you are killing it in those videos. So proud of the strength you show. I admire you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I you know, I don't know.
Can you imagine?
I do it. I'm not gonna lie.
She goes to RN,
Every day I try to be
to
better
become
than
an
the day
RN.
before, but there's still some petty
Makes
stuff
it.
to make.
and now she has her hands
Jesus was better than me.
within reach, all
those.
those narcotics and stuff.
I can admit it. He was. I'm getting there. I'm trying to do my best. But there's still some petty in me. There is. Some people think she does that because she's like trying to put a thirst trap out there. No, not really, because the ones that are gonna like me because of that ain't thing. That's why I tell you, my soulmate is probably gonna be forced to make a profile, because somebody that loves them is gonna be like, there's a girl, and do we think she's perfect for you? And she don't have Facebook or any social media or anything, right? Why? Because he's not going to be on this stuff. But no, I don't do it for that. I don't do it for thirst traps. I do it to piss off my haters. Because it shows my success.
Oh, yeah. You're successful.
And there's no better vindication than success. I'm not even going to use the word revenge. I don't need to partake in that. Because karma does that. Yes, I'm fasting. In fact, today's the third day, right? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's the third day. That's why I feel like this.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Yes.
I mean, she hasn't eaten for 3 days and her sugar's not dropped at all or anything? Like the other day she felt sick? No, really? Okay.
I still have a little bit of a drive. I love it when you call them out and shut them up. I'm sure I'm being streamed right now, right? If you're on the hate page and like you've been waiting for me to say my name's Vanessa.
Oh, yeah. She keeps thinking we don't say her name.
V as in Victor,
right?
A, N as in Nancy, E, S, S, A. Middle initial is S because my middle name is Stephanie with a PH, by the way. And my last name is spelled T as in Tom, I, J, E, R, I, N as in Nancy, A. Vanessa Estelina. I mean, look at what's on the page with you.
There you go.
If
her
you're
name
not
is there.
like that,
I'm not hiding her
are
name.
You just, if you don't feel at home there, and sometimes what they do is a little cringe, is a little like, yikes. That's a little inhumane. That's a little hateful. That's a little mean. That means that you don't completely align with that. You really don't. Just come over here. Because I think I'm going to start deactivating. I think I am. Even though I'm every day it's more followers, the rate of my following was the most whenever I would keep deactivating. And I knew that was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be that successful, but yeah.
Right.
Mr. Fettis says you're working overnight painting a house. I love the smell of fresh paint. It always feels.
Oh. Let me refresh. It's going to come back. Give me a second. Nope, let's refresh.
$7, 8 months pregnant with my son Lorenzo. I was still in high school. And she moved me out of my childhood room into a bigger room. It was one of the rooms that I could never go into because it's for guests. We had like 2 or 3 bedrooms that you could never go into because it was for guests. Always for guests. I'm not even kidding. And they always had like 2 beds in them all the time.
She's lying.
And,
She's lying.
And sure enough, that's where
we had 8 bedrooms.
When my family from out of state would come over.
Yep, 8 bedrooms, but we couldn't go into them never.
It was so weird to see them in there too, because I would always see those rooms empty. But anyhow, this one time she was, well, obviously she knew I needed room for my crib and all that stuff, right? And she stayed up with me till like midnight, 1 a.m, because I think I started nesting. You know when you're almost due and it's like, I need to get this place ready. All of a sudden you get this burst of energy, right? That was me. It was so totally not as the walls were vanilla, and then all of the trim had ivy, hunter green ivy. Totally 90s. And I was like, are you going to get me carpet? Can I get new carpet? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, can I pick out the color? She was like, yeah.
Right. Do you believe it? I don't believe it. Don't believe it friggin' thing she says.
It was rage. It was all the rage. Do you remember that? I think even Barbie, Christmas Barbie and stuff like that had hunter green dresses. Because hunter green was like almost like the color of the natties. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I got it on Amazon. Thank you.
Jessica Lee, thank you for the super sticker.
Oh, Kiona.
Much appreciated as usual. Thank you so
Prayers
much.
to your little one. She said she's homesick watching my videos. And it's 5. You know what with her 5-year-old, you know what I freak out? Caitlin Betta says, girl, I've been trying to comment to say hi, but my almost 2-year-old keeps trying to hit my 7-year-old to wake him up. The room you're describing, though, sounds so nice. I posted. I'll post. It was so.
This is the bad thing about streaming live. Happens a lot.
His room wasn't ready until right before he was born. Our room. And so the room got ready in November of 1996. I was so far behind on my credits when I found out I was pregnant with him.
How do you go from
they were like, you're not gonna
seemingly normal upbringing?
You are, and I'm like, why? And they're like,
every day at the library, hours and hours and hours at the library.
I'm a junior.
Knowing
like,
everything by the time you're in 2nd grade.
And they're like attendance.
Grandmother who kind of maybe cared for you but didn't 100%.
Oh, so you're saying I'm behind 2 years?
How did, with a roof over your head, and how did you go from that to not having a functioning toilet and using a bucket? I don't understand what happened there. Something happened.
Like, well, there is an alternative. It's called an alternative school. I was like, well, I really don't have a choice. I'm gonna have this baby. I really don't have a choice. Just, what do I got to do? Where do I sign up for? What's it about? And they were like, this is going to be your first module. It's geometry. And you go at your own pace. I don't like wasting time. So I was like, and I didn't have Adderall back then. I just had, I don't want to be here. And what's the fastest I can get out of here, right?
So we know she takes Adderall.
So I went through that thing like in 3 days, and I said, I want to test out, because when you finish one module, you have to test out, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean no? I followed the directions. I finished it. They're like, no one finishes that fast. And that was my first clue. That's the way that life is always going to be. Always in this world, that's the way it's going to be. You're like, and it's like, you're always going to be. That's when I started understanding, Vanessa, you will always be a fish, Pisces.
Plus,
that will always be judged by your ability.
Here's a bad thing about live, when we're streaming her live, can't fast forward.
That's like making a butterfly swim. Are you going to judge a butterfly by their ability to swim? I mean, I'm just wondering. No, you wouldn't do that. But, I was like, you know what? I had a bargain with them. I said, how about you give me the test that I'm asking for? And if I fail ridiculously, then I know I'm wrong. But give me a chance to prove that I did this. I did it fast, but I did it. They were like, okay, here. Like, you ain't gonna pass this shit, right? People take 3 weeks for this, a month. And I got the test, and I took it back, and I waited. And they were like...
And I exited. I got 100%.
You just got your credit for geometry. Did I? At this rate, right away, I calculated everything. I was like, boom.
You know what's coming now, right? You know what's coming now?
Boom, boom. I should
A bullshit?
2 years.
A bullshit? A bullshit.
And I did. My water broke.
She loves that whole story. That same narrative. Well, they said I couldn't do this, but I did it. And they said I couldn't do this, and I was not going to. I did it.
December 3rd, my water broke. I had him the next day.
And you know what? So what? A lot of people do.
One more class. And I'll never forget Miss Gonzalez. She was the head of the alternative school department. And she was like, I'm really proud.
I hate this.
One has ever. It's amazing. And I was like, thank you. And I remember Lorenzo he was a baby. He was like a week or two. And so by that time, I couldn't go to school because I had just had my baby. And she would come, and it was the dead of winter, and she would come with my work and then take back my completed work. And sure enough, before the new year, not only did I catch up with my class, I didn't have to go to school from January until graduation day because I finished all my credits even before they did.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
So, right before I went into labor, I had already finished that room. And
sorry, but we might be hearing that guy a lot more, that little kid a lot more.
My summer classes at the university. Because that's just how it's going to be. I'm going to go straight in. And I told my grandma, I need a marker board. I need things. I need things to get organized. And she was like, okay. And even though I was, persuaded not to go to the university, I was persuaded to go into nursing school, and all that stuff still helped me. Like, my room was already prepared for organization. And, yeah. I miss those days. Yeah.
Yeah, see.
I missed out a lot of high school.
She talks about this. Oh, I can drive and be on the phone. It's like,
I understood then and there how children are.
look how many times she goes over. She's got to read the comments. She's got to
Every
read.
time I found something.
That's not the deal, man.
That I
The deal is
like,
if you're going to be on a voice call.
be good at.
Showed it yesterday. Not where you're going to be reading stuff
outcast,
on a little screen while you're
never showed up
driving.
to school. Not because I was a troublemaker, but because I just didn't. I did not like it. I mean, I didn't. No. And then all of the
When is that gonna come back and bite her in the ass? When?
social bullshit, like no. Seriously, I would get there and I'd see all these different clicks and I'd be like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, oh my goodness. For real. You'd see the jocks, the cheerleaders, and then you'd see the, the band people and, the alternative people and all that. And I talked to a few people from every group, and I could be chameleon if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But mostly no. Mostly I was like, I may or may not come back after lunch. Most likely not. And there was always these little glimmers of you're a good kind of different.
Good
like
question.
When I walked into Mr. Wilkinson's science class, I'll never forget. Him and his wife had
I didn't even know.
done,
That's right. I didn't even notice it.
But they were in Africa for years. In fact, they had even brought over.
I don't know if it's illegal, but I know that's frowned upon. But
so that they could have a good
I can't have a light
here,
inside the car on at nighttime while I'm driving.
They were just those people. And
that's
she
annoying
was a
as hell.
nerd, and so was he. You could just tell they were like two nerds that had fallen in love, right? And he just loved everything science. And he had me for the class before that, I think the year before that. No, it was the year after this one.
She has a thing.
And of course I walked
she
into
was never a
class
cheerleader
the first time. But the little thing on his desk caught my eye.
Oh, she's driving all right. She's on the expressway.
And I picked it up like an apple.
Highway, whatever you want to call it.
While I was going to the back of the class, because I always sat in the back of the class.
Good night, everyone. Whoever's leaving us.
And I picked it up.
I know. I wish I could fast forward to this.
I guess he was already told, like, she's hardly ever going to go to your classroom, just so you know. That's one. She skips a lot. So I picked it up and I was like, hey, an Australopithecus africanus. That's neat. And I put it back down. And when I sat down, thinking nothing of it. And he sits and I sit down and then he's just there looking at me with his mouth open and I'm like what's going on, right? And he was like, how, in front of the whole class, how did you know the name of that? And I told him, I said, one of my special interests is the evolution of man. And that's an Australopithecus africanus. The most intact skeleton was Lucy. And when they made the excavation of Lucy, the reason that she was named Lucy was because the song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was playing. And she's who we all came from. And that right there on your desk is a depiction in that little sculpture of an Australopithecus africanus. And he was like, do you know how, he said that too. He said, do you know how amazing that is? And I was like, it was just stuff I knew. And I told him, I've known it for like 3 years. I learned that like in the 8th grade. And actually I knew it before then, but still,
Whoa.
I did a paper on it in the 8th
Right.
grade. And he was like, do you know that no one your age hardly ever knows? The thing is that you were able to identify it by sight. He's like, how did you know? I was like, because it's a humanoid. It's a humanoid.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite human. It's the one right before, Homo erectus and all that. And he said, and then the fact that you can actually pronounce it, like the binomial nomenclature, that's what that's called. You guys know that, right? Like Homo sapien, Australopithecus africanus. Everything has 2 names. That's called binomial nomenclature, which means 2 names to categorize by name, the genus and species. He was like, but the fact that you pronounced it, and not only did you know the genus, you know the species. I was like, yeah. That's because I'm a nerd. I know I don't come to class.
Yeah.
It could
That's
be
why.
born as AF. But I'm still a nerd. And I still like some of this stuff. In fact, your class is the one that I actually made effort to come to because it's the science class. Believe me, my literature teacher would love me to have the same interest. And I actually did. But my Spanish teacher would have loved me, Mr. McIntyre. My Spanish teacher would have loved me to have the same level of energy with his class. And I was like, this is not the Spanish that I'm used to. I don't like this shit. No one's going to use this vivace. No one's going to use this bullshit. Like, honestly, for real. I mean, I don't like it. Oh my goodness, here we go. Am I driving? Yeah, I'm driving.
She just stopped. She's gonna order a cheeseburger.
Texas.
What is she gonna do?
This is legal in Texas.
It's not.
I think it's pretty obvious that I'm driving.
As long as it's voice only, not video, not reading shit on your phone, just talking, that's legal. With a hands-free device, I should say.
He did love having me as a student. And then he leveled up to an upper level science class the year after that. And I had him again also. And I had his wife I forgot what she taught, but she taught something different that wasn't science-based. It was different. It was a STEM, but it was different. It was more like computer science or something like that. So anyway, yeah. And then another time where I was really disappointed, this one was brought to my attention. It was my literature teacher. It was, she was like a MILF before the word MILF. She was really beautiful, a white lady, I remember. And she would drive a little red Miata. She was real cool. And I remember she would always spray her, she was the only teacher who would spray she was very clean, and she would spray her marker board with Lysol spray in the white bottle with the pink flowers. I'll always remember that. A lot of people didn't like her because she was really strict, but I loved her class because well, it was easy, and because I love punctuation and grammar and all that shit, right? Sentences, words, all that.
Of course you do.
And she comes up to me and she's like, I want you on my team. And I said, what team?
Oh my God.
And she says,
That's another.
And masterminds here in the
A bullshit?
Valley is when
A bullshit?
schools compete with each
A
other, and the
bullshit.
top minds of each school basically answer these trivia questions, right?
Yeah, right.
And I would watch masterminds every weekend and shout out all of the names, all the answers, just like I do with Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy. And so she was like, we started like getting ready for it, right? And I was like, why me?
So,
and she was like, because it's you and your mind. And I said, okay. And then she had to give me the bad news.
it makes me feel like we should have stuck to the video.
Vanessa, I'm so sorry. And I said, why?
This is just a lot of storytelling,
Miss
lies, and
Miss
it's nothing
Warmeister.
very funny
And I
or
was like, why?
except for
And she said,
a lot of bull crap lies.
they said that you can't participate because of your attendance. I said, it's okay. It's okay because what matters to me.
Maybe she
is
just
the
wanted to
fact that
talk so she
really
wouldn't fall
wanted
asleep
me.
on the road. You know?
You really wanted me. And that's what matters to me. You chose me. So thank you, Ms. Warmeister. And then the last straw, after this next thing happened, I was like, fuck this school. I'm being serious.
Mhm.
After this, what I'm about to say happened, led to my most absences. I was like, fuck all of y'all. Seriously, for real, all of y'all.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she said.
So I had seen the movie The Crucible with Winona Ryder. And I identified, obviously, with it. Obviously, with Abigail, 100%. 100%. And I had also read the book, The Crucible. Do y'all know what a crucible is? A crucible is a little, like, metal. It's a metal ball that they would put different metals in and alloys. And when you put it in the fire, it would separate,
Uh-huh.
you know, the impurities from the metal, right? That's what a crucible is. So I heard that the drama class, they were having auditions.
To
and
put
I
it
saw
simply, it's a
posters, I was
pot.
like,
That's all it is.
no
It's a pot.
effing way. Abigail's mine. Abigail's mine. And they were like, they started hearing that I was interested in it and that they didn't think that I was going to show up. So I knew the day and I had read the script from front to back. Like I already knew it, right? And just by nature, I know how to act because I know how to mask. And
Oh, God.
oh, I'll never forget it. It's like it just happened. The whole auditorium, the same auditorium where in the third grade we dressed up as, in the fourth grade we dressed up as California raisins, right? That's the same auditorium that we flanked the auditorium, and our parents were like, wow, and we were singing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. That was the same auditorium. It was the same auditorium from the third grade where Miss Adams used, it was amazing. She used chingos of styrofoam popcorn on the catwalk. And to this day right now, if you look up at the catwalk, there is still styrofoam popcorn from that day when I was in the third grade. Needless to say, it was wonderful. It was great. And they banned the use of styrofoam popcorn after that because it was so hard to clean up. They did. But it was amazing because it looked like a freaking, the whole auditorium looked like a snowball. It was wonderful. Like a, one of those, a snow globe. So that same auditorium. So I was really comfortable there. And so everybody's there on the big day. And I'm ready. And I'm ready to go dead last. Because everybody had to get on the stage and everybody had to audition in that way. And I was like, no. Let everybody go. Everybody's going to go first. Because I was looking at them and I knew, I was like, they're so snooty drama people. I'm being serious. They really, really are. They think they are so sophisticated and elegant and everything like that. And they don't like outsiders. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? And it's like, I'm going to show you who the fuck I am right now.
She's live. This is live video. She was apparently on her way driving home.
And everybody read for Abigail. And there comes me.
And she's been off the expressway for some time already. Makes me wonder if she was driving in circles just to stay.
And I get up on that stage. And I think that they wondered how comfortable is she going to be up there. It's like, that's right. All of y'all are like a class or two behind me. So you don't know that I've graced this very stage so many times since the third grade. Like, this is a second home for me. But you don't know that.
A legend in her own mind.
So I gave my performance. And they were stunned.
Of course,
and I knew they would be because.
Of course they were.
Because I did my best. And my best is amazing. Always is amazing. And I remember the theater teacher was just astonished. They were all astonished. All of them, everybody.
A bullshit?
Everybody, they couldn't believe it.
A bullshit? A bullshit.
And it's like, what were you thinking? Just because y'all don't like me, because, because we really didn't get along. Because those people really did think that they were better than everybody else. Like, we're the drama. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'll bring the drama. You have no idea.
Oh, yeah. They had no idea. They really had no idea.
And so
they created a freaking monster.
Showed them. And this is what broke my heart. And I think about these moments. Like, right? I think about all of this, and it's like,
there should be an ad in the paper.
Some of the smartest people,
did you go to school with Vanessa Tejeda? Whatever grade. Do you remember her? Minds. If so, call the Maury Show and put an 800 number on there.
At least I graduated, but some kids don't.
We want to hear from you.
Because they don't want to take that shit. They know that could have been something. And it probably, I'm sure I'm not the only kid. There's probably millions that this has happened to through all of America. They get excited about something that would be enough to keep them to come in class and stuff.
This is just a bunch of load of crap.
And so the
teacher
tells me.
She's like reminiscing. She'll get some sympathy. She'll get some new viewers. And then once she's got a bunch of new viewers, and then she'll start F this and F you and F you and
you're the best.
I don't know. She's not.
And the role.
She doesn't seem angry right now, right?
Was gonna go to you because nobody even came close.
Nobody even came close. She was the best at everything.
But because of your attendance, you're gonna be the understudy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, and however it is that you perform at UIL, just know that with me as Abigail, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
You'll be good, but it would have been amazing. Like amazing. Like for all of time. Memorable. And you know it because
I believe she studied at the Amber Heard School of Drama.
The understudy? I don't know.
Not a very good school, but
bye. I was like, what? And I was like, why? I said, I don't have to have my attendance. And they were like, well, it shows reliability. I I was like, really? It doesn't have anything to do with the person that you put in there being connected to some of the administration? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They just didn't like, and I will always believe that they didn't like that somebody that wasn't part of their clique went in there and blew them all out of the water.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to be trained. She didn't have to be in all the shit that y'all had been into.
I'm sure it happened exactly like she's saying.
The auditions were open to the entire school. That's why I auditioned. But that right there showed me the double standards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it showed me. And it's like, how dare you presume that I'm not reliable? How dare you presume I'm not reliable? Because you have no idea how amazing I can be when I am interested in something.
It's called accountability.
That's why I was so disenchanted with high school. I tried. I really tried.
Yeah.
I haven't even known what's going on here. But do we have haters?
I heard like a truck's brakes hydraulics. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard it a little while ago.
We didn't have speech in high school.
Well, she was talking. Just went.
That would have been a whole fun debate. Oh my goodness, I would have loved that. Pamela Shine says, I couldn't stand speech. I had to take it just to graduate high school. I was so shy talking in front of the class. My teacher would always tell me to speak louder because we can't hear you. I know. I don't know that.
No.
I was always one of those kids that
was not
like,
my chair, by the way.
Who wants to read? We need Stephanie. Stephanie, we need to pick somebody else because like you always read, and it's like nobody else wants to fucking read, man. Shut, just let me read.
Right.
I may not be like the most, the most read, because I'm not going to read these stupid ass books that you have here for me to read. I'm not.
Stupid ass books.
No, but to actually read, out loud, that's different.
Out loud?
I'd like to read. Nobody else is raising up their hands, man. Come on. And it's like, we're going to go paragraph by paragraph. And it's like, that's nothing. I don't even want to participate. For what? I don't like it. But when I had to actually take speech, I'll never forget her. She was notorious.
Okay, so this entire video, and this live that she's doing.
It was so hard. It was so hard as a freshman.
A bullshit?
Everybody was like,
A bullshit? A bullshit.
It was a big deal, right?
All of it.
And everybody, you could see everybody nervous
when
it came time for them to present. Because one of the biggest fears that humans have is to speak in front of people. And it's like, I naturally do that, right? So at the end of the year, we had to turn in a paper that was literally like 25 or 30% of our whole grade. And it was about broadcasting. It was about the beginning of broadcasting, like the transatlantic, lines and stuff like that, everything. And at the end of it, she gave it back to me and she says, what are you doing here? And I said, what do you mean?
You should be the queen of the universe.
Says, you know that. And I still have that paper. She says, you know that this, what you turned into me, this is master's level work.
Oh my God.
And I said, no, I didn't know that. I just did my best.
Can we call that teacher?
And she says, this is, you should not limit yourself. And I loved it because she was notoriously hard and difficult. And she praised me.
Oh my God.
That I loved. It does still happen, Marlene, in schools today. It really does. And it's so sad. It's so sad. And I see things like Glee and stuff. I could never get into those because I was like, ugh, all that bullshit reminds me of those snooty ass drama kids. Fuck all that. I mean, honestly, for real.
Tomorrow.
And how many of them
Wednesday.
actually did anything with their lives that actually utilized the skills that they were taught in drama? Honestly, to be able to speak, to be able to present, to be able to do everything that something like that, you know, would hone your skills. Thank you. Let's see. I know that there's going to be some fucking haters.
Yeah, I'm really bored of this. I mean, she's got nothing either. I think she's bored too. She should just cut it and go home and, you know, go eat that pizza she's going to order in a minute.
San Antonio, I see you.
Okay.
Huh. I'm surprised.
What?
Oh, really, Angie? I believe it too. She was like, ha ha ha, my mother bought hunter green leather sofas. Yes, do you remember? Hunter green curtains. I got the carpet girl. You walked in there and it looked like grass almost, and with the white walls.
You know it's a lie because
I stenciled. The reason that it had ID on my walls and that, I remember my grandmother staying up with me because she was afraid because I was getting on the ladder, and I was like, it's just a stencil.
Oh yeah,
and I love her because she always supported me.
That's exactly right.
And I was like, I need this. I need you to take me to this place called Michael's.
She's surprised that there's no hate there.
She's like, okay.
She's looking to she wants to start a fight.
I need this. I need this because I'm gonna put this trim all through the room. And I need this stencil, and I need these paints, and I need these brushes.
Get her ass in the house.
And she
go to sleep. You got a hearing tomorrow. She's got to be in court for something tomorrow. I think it's to announce what her court dates and all that.
Kiona says, "I was born in 1997.
The pre-trial announcement.
You have a 27-year-old. You're absolutely
that's what she's got tomorrow.
Thanks for the prayers. It's so needed right now.
Oh. So you know,
yes,
she's gonna go live." Either right before that or right after
He's
that.
Going to
or both. Maybe both.
My baby.
But this is really, really boring right now. She is trying to find some hate, and there's just.
Who's Liabetes?
She found one.
What do you mean that makes no sense? What does it make sense?
She's trying. He's got nothing. I just. Oh, and
what doesn't make sense?
You're the next contestant on Who's Vanessa Gonna Hate On?
Sir, you're always asking to come out on my live. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Sir, stop that. Jeez. No. What doesn't make sense?
What is she gonna say? Oh, you put the period.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw your profile picture.
You put the comma in the wrong spot. That's how bored she is.
And you give me those like hater vibes.
She's just.
You do know, like, people do know that when they come to me and they tell me things like what I'm saying doesn't make sense. You know that what crosses my mind is not like, oh, did I not say something right? Or, oh my, did I not communicate myself well? No, because I know I communicated myself perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And if I don't make sense, it's probably because you just you don't have that comprehensive skills. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. And it's always strange to me that, because there's been some haters that have been like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm the problem, it cannot possibly be their comprehension.
Yeah.
It cannot possibly be that.
I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow and stuff.
Can you imagine being somebody with a certain level of IQ and then going around the world thinking that you're so smart and that everything that doesn't make sense to you is the problem, not your comprehension? Yikes.
All right. I think what I'm going to do is, and I don't know, this might piss her off. Will it? I don't know. Am I doing it for that reason? No. I just find this incredibly boring, and there's nothing to gain, learn, anything at all, whatever you want to call it. There's like nothing here at all whatsoever. There's no value here right now. There's no entertainment value.
Hey, Joyce.
Rachel, I know. I you know what? I'm being nice because I wanted to cut this about 10 to 15 minutes ago.
You. Thank you, Celine. Thank you. I'm sorry for thinking you're a hater.
Oh, are they really?
She says,
welcome, all the Vanessa minions. Welcome to the page.
2 years behind. Yeah. No, it didn't make sense to me either. But it was during a time where in Texas...
We're not hating. We're just trying to stay awake at this point.
Or the school, I think, could make their own rules or something. I don't know. All I know is that during those years, attendance... And I know because they changed... You know what? They changed it a lot later. But attendance counted towards... It was like literally weighted.
Yeah, I'm pondering what not many...
and too many people,
people that would follow her and stuff would do too much is really cut her off early. You know what? You're not. There's no value here. There's no content. There's nothing good here right now.
Oh, that's right.
You're boring me, and that's why I just
started to give y'all money for
end it.
Attendance. So you had.
I'll wait for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you'll be more interesting.
Get us to go to class.
Maybe tomorrow she'll be more interesting. That's what I'm thinking. And on some level, that would piss her off. That would piss her off on some level.
You don't have to change your profile pic. That was just me being a sensitive survivor. And I can admit it. I can.
Beth, she'll never do it.
I can admit it. I was wrong.
There's been an open invitation there for a long time, and that's not gonna happen.
I was wrong, Celine, and I love that name, by the way. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Miss.
Ain't nobody talking shit over there. That's why she's bored.
That's it.
That's it. She can't find any haters for tonight.
It's late, isn't it? What time is it in Texas?
You don't know what time it is?
I haven't fixed my radio clock.
Really?
Let's be like 11, maybe.
Tap on your phone.
Thank you, Celine. That's a virtual hug to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's after midnight? For real? I did not know that. Yeah.
See, she's not even home. She just parked somewhere. Oh, look at a truck stop.
Hey, am I home before my stagecoach turns?
I told you I heard truck hydraulic brakes.
The haters are gonna love that.
She's at a truck stop.
I love that. I love that sound that says on TikTok that says the hoes are gonna love this. I need to make one that says the haters are gonna love this. The haters are gonna love that she's this. She did not say that her stagecoach is gonna turn to a pumpkin. No, she didn't. Yes, I fucking did, because all of y'all look like them mean girl stepsisters. Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about a pumpkin. But she was definitely
Girl.
at a truck stop.
Yes. I sure enough said it. Mm-hmm. I'm from Texas.
You have to make it known.
I know. It's
Her
only 10
going
o'clock
there
in
is like
California.
saying, all right, I'll be
California
home in
time.
5 minutes. Somebody want to stop by?
I did say it. No, I don't care. Because it's true. And they do look like Cinderella's stepsisters. They do. What's going on there? I know what's going on there. I'm just being nice. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like, to be honest with you. I really do.
Why wouldn't she just
I'm
park at
It's
home?
almost like if I'm waiting for the version of whatever in my reality is going to be my fairy godmother. I'm waiting for that. What's that going to be? What's that going to be? I feel like right now I'm in that stage where I'm like cleaning the cinders.
Why are you
On my
always
hands and
on
knees,
other
just
people's businesses?
surviving.
Why are you hater?
With the bullshit hate around me.
I don't hate. I've never hated her. Do we have to explain to this person the whole going live and putting your life public and all that kind of stuff? Do we have to, Brenda? Do we have to explain all that to you? Everybody is here because of her herself.
Yes, Cinderella's stepsisters. I don't even know how much gas is in Texas. I don't ever look at it because it's like, honestly, it doesn't even matter. Because in that moment, if I need gas, I'm going to need it no matter how much it is. So it doesn't even matter.
You're right. It doesn't matter.
I honestly don't ever look at the prices.
This comment here is not even worthy of a response. You don't know by now.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
There's a purse hug.
I came across a human. I was fascinated. He's like 73. And I was like, you are literally the expert you're the only expert in that field in the whole entire world. I don't think it was a surprise. I don't think it was by chance. Oh, it's an amazing mind. I hope to meet him. I'm being serious.
Oh, of course you are.
I'm being serious. I've never seen a mind like that. Like, well, I have, but like, I've read about them. I've seen biographies of some of them. I've seen them portrayed in movies. But I've never met one in real life. Like a beautiful mind, like you're a genius. Like you're an absolute genius. And plus, I could probably play Trivial Pursuit with you. Well, I know I can, and you'd probably beat me. But I'd give you a run for your money. I know I would. At least more than the average person. I know I would for sure. You'd probably still beat my ass, but it's okay. One day, if if I ever get to meet him, I'm going to show him this video. I'm going to be like, that right there, I was talking about you. I was talking about you.
That's not going to happen because they don't have social media from prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I crack myself up sometimes. I do.
Yeah, he went. I'm not even going to say. Because the field that he belongs to is so. He's very few. He's the only one in his particular. He's amazing. Oh my goodness. He was an advisor to one of the presidents. And I don't even see the age. I'm being serious. I was like 73.
Brenda says you just like the chisme.
You seem so like a young soul.
Yeah, okay.
Old
all
soul.
right. What about it?
Seems like
in her own words. What about it?
He got his.
I'm more interested for a different reason.
Doctorate before
but
I was
born. A little bit of chisme, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy, right?
And so what? So the fuck what?
Yeah, he is. He's one of those. He's one of those whose lives, like you would see, he's like, he has a life like a movie. Like a movie.
Before that, she said, you don't need to explain nothing to me. I've been follower seen from the beginning.
I could tell.
So you don't need to explain nothing to me.
Oh, you know,
don't.
I saw every video about him. And anyway.
Don't do it if you wouldn't. If you wouldn't be noise on her business, you wouldn't be waste if your time listening to her conversation. You just like your numbers to go up
and when you're that
to get paid on Facebook.
You cannot.
First of all, I don't get paid on Facebook.
The hate.
I don't monetize on Facebook.
And when you're that,
and there's not that much money there. I'm not doing this for the money.
And that age, and when you are.
If you knew about politics and her smoking crack,
are like, wow.
Is that somebody you want to represent you in the state of Texas? Do you even live in the state of Texas?
The hate could never convince me.
Wherever you live, would you want somebody like this
ever
to be at any political seat?
I'd give that man the rest of
where
my
you
life.
live? Would you want that?
I really would.
Think about it before you answer. Would you want someone like this?
The rest of my life. The rest of his.
Do you know that she smoked crack on a video? Have you seen the video of her smoking crack?
30-something years older than.
Have you seen that? Unstable. She's taking sniffs, or what do you call it?
I'm manifesting that.
When you do cocaine, snorting cocaine.
Oh my God, here we go.
Did it on live.
I was waiting.
She's done it a bunch of times.
Let me guess.
Is that what you want in politics? Representing people, good people, hardworking people? Is that what you want? Think about it before you answer.
They're not going to come live, or they're here without the ability for me to bring them live. There's a lot of traffic.
Say what you want.
Comments moving and moving and moving.
I'm still not going to block you.
So
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
To show the face,
but my opinion's better than yours.
Of these people that probably came over here to, throw shade or, stop this moment that I'm having with my audience. That's what they do. They're like, fuck that. She's connecting with them too much. We're going to go over there and do what?
I know. That's why it took me a while to read it.
Do what? Watch me transmute the energy.
Can somebody decipher these messages, comments before I get them?
Here we go. Lisa Rodriguez. We know that's a fake profile. Because any woman who actually looks like that in a profile picture would not be on Vanessa Tijerinas page showing her hate. Your stupid ass doesn't look like that. If you did look like that, you would go live right now to show us that you look like that. Ain't no fucking way. It's a fake profile. That's not you. That's not you. Right? But let me just entertain her, right? Nah, don't deal with her. Don't deal with her. Section 545-4251. Use a portable wireless communication device for electronic messaging. Offense in this section. 1. Electronic message means data that is read from or entered into a wireless communication device for the purpose of communicating with another person. Wireless communication device has the meaning assigned in section 545.425. B. An operator commits an offense if the operator uses a portable wireless communication device to read, write, or send an electronic message while operating a motor vehicle unless the vehicle is stopped. To be prosecuted, the behavior must be committed in the presence of or within the few feet of police, peace officer, or established by other evidence.
There you go. Somebody sent it to her.
If they prosecute me, they gotta prosecute everybody.
No. Not too many people going live while they're driving. I know I did. Okay, fine. But I was at a parking lot most of the time.
They got to.
But I don't do it every freaking day, 3 times, 4 times a day like she does.
Waiting.
And I'm not going to do it again. I'll park somewhere.
Lock her up, right? Lock her up.
There, now you had the law spoken to you, read to you.
But let me go ahead and yeah, of course, without the ability for me to bring her live. And it's probably a him. They always use these extraordinarily beautiful women as their profile picture. It's probably a man. It's probably a man.
A few people sent it to her.
I don't know. It's one of them lock her up. One of them lock her up people. Mm-hmm.
No, it's just quit doing it. That's what it is.
They're probably seeing the 12 other attempts weren't working, so it's like, you know, right? Yeah, it is a man. It's going to be a man, because you know how men have their shortcomings in many different ways, and so they overcompensate.
Oh,
and
but
so
you
that
don't?
man's trying to overcompensate and be like, okay, I'm not just going to be any woman. I'm going to be a classy, highly sophisticated woman. Nobody that looks like that would be here doing that. Nobody.
She's just nuts. She's
nobody at all. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. No, in my state, it's legal. In my state, it's legal.
It's not legal.
To use hands-free devices.
Not to read comments, only to speak.
Legal.
Only to speak in a conversation. Not to go live on video and what you're doing, reading.
It's been legal for a long time.
Nope. She's wrong.
Sean Lettleman. Yeah. Another one. Can you come live? Let's see. We're waiting. No. You would decline that. You declined it. What a coward. Right?
Oop, I'm just scrolling by and I saw somebody said hi, Manny. Velda, hi.
And this
Right?
Lupe Ramirez. How come Lupe Ramirez or whoever that is hasn't said anything anymore? Lisa Rodriguez. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't you saying anything? So I guess also then people should be prosecuted that use their maps, right? Because you're not going to tell me that you're using Google Maps and people are only everybody's pulling off over to the side of the road to use Google Maps, right?
Google Maps. She tells you, turn here, turn ahead, turn
that's
right
what
at the
you
next
want us to believe,
take
right?
the next exit. She reads it. She says
Because
it.
nobody uses Google Maps. No one does while they're driving, right?
What's wrong with this person?
Right? Look, so jealous. You want to make yourself seem you are this perfect person and you're not. No, you see me as perfect and it bothers you. I will be reporting you to law enforcement. I'm an RN in Houston and I am married to a police officer. Fuck your husband if he's corrupt. That's what the fuck I said.
F your husband if he's
I know
corrupt.
you are committing a crime. And so are you. You're harassing me. All contact from you is unwanted. Said the magic words, ma'am. In fact,
Those words are going to be written on
let's
her
see if you're gonna
grave
break the law.
in a
All
faraway future when she passes away.
Contact
Vanessa Tijerina. All contact from you is
from
unwanted.
you is unwanted. So let's see if you're gonna break the law. You see what happens? And I didn't even have to set that trap. You ensnared yourself. So now you can't comment, can you? Because all contact from you is unwanted. So let's see the police officer's wife continue to harass. Because the penal code says unwanted contact. So you've already been warned. So let's see what's going to happen. Who can play at that game, honey? Don't reply to her. Mm-mm. The trap's been set. Now she doesn't know what to do.
The trap has been set.
Can you believe that? I'm so glad that she said that shit. My husband is a cop, and what? Your husband's gonna cut through all of the what's your husband gonna do? What's your husband gonna do?
Is Brenda still here or did she take off already?
You think it's cool that you're using some fake husband? It's some fake narrative, right? And that's supposed to that looks cool, right? For you to say, I'm gonna use my husband who's an officer to do what? She's not gonna say shit because if she contacts me, that's a penal code violation.
The fuck do you know about the
And then they're
penal
gonna
code?
find out that you're not even a woman, you're a man.
Gosh, she thinks she knows every freaking thing.
Hey, Roman, Texas, I see you. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. I know, right?
Recovery member, what up?
Thank you. Who's this? What does the times that I work have anything to do anything?
Brenda.
I mean, I don't understand why that's anybody's business. Dorothy's saying you're in the valley by Roma, Texas. No, I'm not by Roma, Texas. I'm 3 hours away from.
I should make this my thing now when they come over here.
Roma,
you want to go live, Brenda? Do you want to come live? You want to explain to me what the problem is, and we can talk about it. It's not gonna get like the way she gets. Vanessa gets all nasty and stuff and dumb and stupid.
I shut her up, right? I sure did, didn't I?
Brenda, you want to come live and talk on the air live?
I did, right?
You can say no. I'm not going to say, oh, there she is. She, of course not.
This means like forever.
I'm not going to do like Vanessa. Just want to talk.
So we're not going to hear anything at all from that profile anymore, right? I mean, because, you know, how does that
It's
look
not
for a
going to
police
be a
officer who tries
Vanessa
to do violating
session.
the penal code of harassment,
And you'll see the difference between
right?
who I am, who we are, and who
And
she is.
the penal code actually states that
I'm
any
serious. You want to
kind
come
of
live?
using
I'll
social
send you the link. All you
media,
do is click on it,
repeated contact, all with the intent to
and we can
embarrass,
discuss.
which you tried doing,
Just for a few minutes. I'm not
torment,
going to spend all night on this crap.
embarrassed. You were trying to, embarrass me, and you tried
Noise
tormenting me
people.
by saying that you were going to utilize your husband's badge, right? Weaponize the police against me. Yeah, you shouldn't have did. That's tormenting. Look at you reciting penal codes while you're breaking them.
Yeah. All right. And everybody, all you guys,
Her
be
profile
gentle
says
with
single.
Brenda. We're not going to go crazy
There's
on
no
her. There's no need to go
she's
crazy
married,
on her.
Debuka.
Remember, she doesn't really understand.
You see what happens?
You can't go
What a
crazy on
tangled
somebody
web
who's
we
had the
weave
Kool-Aid.
when we choose to deceive.
We just have to try to help. You know, what do you call that? Deprogram. Try and get them to see
She
the
thought
light.
she was so smart. I'm gonna put
That's what we
these
want to
penal
try to
codes,
do.
and then
Kill them with kindness,
I'm
right?
gonna embarrass you, and I'm gonna torment you, and I'm so foolish and stupid that I'm completely not
So
realizing
Brenda, do you want to go live? I can
that,
send you the link.
I'm
If you want
violating
to talk
a penal
about it.
code myself right now while I'm doing all of this.
Because I understand what you're saying, but there's a lot of people
Yeah.
like you, and you don't get it.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, Christina. Christina Netelalo says the school tormented my niece. I believe it too. Hi there. Hi there. Another one from Las Vegas. Houston in the house. I see you. I see you.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, if she knew you were here talking,
Jealous.
chatting, or commenting,
I'm gonna read it again.
she would
She
block
said,
you, man.
You
She'd be
want
so
to make
pissed off at you.
yourself seem, this is her violating the penal code because she came over here only with the intent to embarrass and torment. You want to make yourself seem like
This
you're
ain't
this
about nobody
perfect
being
person, and
perfect
you're
either.
not.
This is
Jealousy and envy.
not
I
everything
will be
is like
reporting you
Vanessa
to law
says, Brenda.
enforcement. Torment.
Vanessa doesn't
I'm an
speak the
RN in
gospel.
Houston. Oh, what the fuck about that, right? You could be a janitor. It doesn't matter to me. And I am married to a police officer. And what the fuck is that going to do? Why are you trying to weaponize the police against me? I know you are committing a crime. All violations of the penal code. Where does she go?
Yeah, maybe she does.
That's right.
That's why I just want to give her a chance. I mean,
You see, you just do that.
How do I say this?
Just transmit the energy. Mm-hmm.
You know, not
Especially
everybody's got the
you're in
ability
Texas and
to
you're saying that shit.
translate
Like,
what's on their
this is a
mind
live video.
to writing or typing, right?
You know?
So some people, maybe it'd be easier if she just
It's
came
live
out and
video.
said it talking.
That's enough for
That's
the
why I
police
was inviting
to
her.
actually go and do their actual work and track
You
down the
know,
profile. Watch you be a
I
man
know you
hunter.
guys know. I'm not going to goof on her. I'm not going to do pull a Vanessa and stuff like that. I don't do that stupid crap.
Happy
So
belated birthday.
people watch Vanessa
From South Africa.
thinking that everybody does that.
Happy belated birthday, Lauren.
But that's not true.
63 years old. I see you, Cincinnati. All right, I'm going to let you go. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. No. Unless 4 days was September the 1st. And so, unless Texas on September the 1st became a non-hands-free state, I don't remember seeing that in the papers or anything.
Do your research, V.
Right. Did any of y'all see that they changed the laws? I don't think so. Because I literally read a whole article about the new laws that are coming into effect on September the 1st, and that wasn't one of them.
Susan says, Aurora Puente is in Facebook jail. She reported Nicole Diaz on a live of you. That you should know. I know that. I know that. She was able to get a hold of me and let me know. Yeah, that Nicole Diaz is a nasty profile.
She's interpreting the law differently.
Mm-hmm.
She's interpreting it the way she wants to understand it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love y'all so much. I don't know what that was.
She's looking for hate. She's like, come on, hate. There's got to be hate in there somewhere. Where's the hate?
What? Oh my goodness. Who's that? What? Here we go. What is she talking about? Who are these people? No, Elizabeth Ramos, come live. You're used to going live, remember? You were on the stupid little show. Right?
Oh, Liz will go live with her. Liz is over there. Liz Ramos, friend of the show.
What is she talking about?
Liz is a friend of the show.
What is she talking about? Figured someone so smart like you would know that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Communicate a little bit better.
Ask her to go live. Hope she goes live.
Kitty Clemente says, what was the fight reel about? I've heard different stories, and since you're the one who posted it, what's I'd ask the source? Figures I'd ask the source. What fight reel, Kitty? What fight reel? We're waiting. We don't know what the fuck Elizabeth Ramos is referring to, and I'm waiting for Kitty to clarify it. I'm waiting.
Oh,
like, I'm just really close to just, like, bye. But I'm waiting.
The fight reel. She wants to know what happened that day she got beat up.
You have talked so long, you don't remember what you just said. You said people look at Google Maps for directions. Google Maps talks to you. No, ma'am. No. What the fuck is wrong with you?
There you go.
If Google Maps only talks to you, then they wouldn't be showing you an arrow going down a street now, would they?
Well, you do that before you...
Right? Right?
Oh, God. I hope she invites Liz.
Because why would you need a pictorial representation of the route that you are traveling? Why does it give you the option before you press directions, you're able to press a bicycle?
Because most people, when you're traveling that kind of travel, you got somebody with you. Your co-pilot or your passenger is the one who deals with all that crap. And when they don't, you don't have that. That's why you have the Google that talks to you. Why do we got to explain this?
We're waiting. Why would there be an arrow over your vehicle while you're moving?
Liz should tell her, talk to me live and I'll explain it to you. I'll go live with you. Tell her that. Tell her, I'll go live with you.
It also talks to you. All the rage. Look. It also talks to you. Girl, I made you look stupid. That's not my fault because you made yourself come over here to look stupid. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. What's this rage towards me for? Nobody told your stupid ass to come over here. Am I that dense? Are you that dense? Why would your car be moving at the same time that the arrow's moving? While you're driving. Why?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Why? Because it is a real live pictorial visual aid while you're driving. You're mad because you look like an idiot.
An aid
And
because
that's not my fault.
Google talks to you and tells you, so you don't have to look at the map.
Look at her, all raging. Who the fuck brought you over here? Why do you try? You're gonna fail. On the other one that says, since you posted it, what fight? She never even said anything, did she? The other one.
Elizabeth says, newsflash, people actually
What
do
is the
both.
real about the fight? What real? What fight? We're waiting. We're waiting.
How come she's not inviting Liz?
Now she's just picking on my followers. She looks stupid. She sounds stupid. She knows she does. I bet you right now, if we opened up, if we opened up the background, the description of Google Maps, it will most likely state something very similar to, it is an application that you can use in real time while you're driving.
Let's find out.
Anything else? My goodness, the two ladies that came over here to question me have not even clarified their bullshit.
I'm surprised she didn't start inviting everybody like she usually does.
Right. What's going on?
Google Maps is a web service that provides
Oh,
geographical resources.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting. Y'all are not even worth my damn time, for real. I'm waiting
I think Vanessa's hangry.
for you to explain what you are asking. What the fuck reel? Do you know how many reels I post? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Juanita.
It does
How
give
are
you
you?
a warning. Do not use while you're driving.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I remember that.
And what does it matter, Elizabeth Ramos? You had talked so long, and what the fuck about it? It's my fucking page. If I want to keep talking for 4 hours, I will. Fucking leave if you don't like it. Nobody has you here. Nobody wants you here. You're unwanted here. Anything else? Did these people just like come over here and do nonsense and now they're just crickets? I really don't have time for this bullshit.
She knows Elizabeth would just mop the floor with her.
I don't know.
She tries to pick on people
Nothing.
that they look a certain way that she thinks are
bunch of
weak,
nothing.
that she can overpower
A bunch of nothing.
by their responses. I think she's hangry. She should go get a Mexicali wrap. That's what she should do.
These people are stupid. Exactly. Suzanne says, you've worked all day long and you still have to handle these,
Oh, God, please. Worked all day.
Thank you, Angie. She says, that is always the case with these haters. They try to give it, but they sure as hell can't take it. Exactly.
Man, these people
I
live in
want
a
to see who laughed at
delusional
your
world.
comments, Suzanne. I bet you it's these fucking people. I bet you one of them is the people that they're just watching. And they refuse to, clarify their bullshit. It's okay. I love you. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, they don't deserve my attention. They really don't. But I did ask. They don't know.
I guess she keeps all the bottled water in her car.
Oh. Let me go ahead and block her already. Put them out of their misery. And Kitty too. Like, what the fuck were you talking about? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I gave you the time of day. Ugh. And they're always demanding something. Like, they always feel entitled to an answer to what their question is. And it's like, nobody has to even fucking address you. Like, no one has to. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you. Let me just look for this one last hater.
Just look at this one hater.
Ouch, ouch. Should that stupid ass delete her? She did. The one that was trying to weaponize her fake cop husband against me.
Oh, that one.
The one that we think is a man. They deleted their comments. Why? Why did you do that?
Yeah, it's time for Vanessa's bedtime already. She should go and,
I would too if I was violating the penal code.
She knows nothing about the penal code.
All right. I love y'all. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye.
Oh, bye. She's gone. Took long enough. So I should apologize for that because it was, for a long while, it was boring as hell. But it got kind of interesting. I think she's hangry. I think she needs to eat something. Because she was crabby, but not crabby in a way to want to engage people like she usually does. I think she was just crabby and she just wants to go inside and pretend she's going to drink her 6 bottles of water, Maybe she's got to wash her hair with palm olive, or what's it called? Dawn or whatever. And it's Monday, so maybe it's Bath Monday. Who knows? It's whatever it is. Anyway, we're going to cut it right there. I appreciate you guys being here. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see what Tuesday brings. Tomorrow she's got a hearing. Talk about what's going to happen with her court. She's got court later this month and next month. So we should hear about that tomorrow. She'll probably go live, like I said, before or after, or both. She'll go live before and after. We know she does it already. And yeah, when somebody confronted her with the actual law that says you can't be on the phone if you're going to be reading stuff, she kind of tried to blow it off, and then she didn't want to engage in that because she knows, and she just kind of lost interest. Did you notice that? And so we'll see what happens. Dawn and baking soda, yeah, I don't know. I mean, does that work? Are you gonna? Anybody here gonna try it? Anybody want to try it? Does anybody want to try baking soda and Dawn? Wait. Dawn on your hair. Wash your hair with Dawn and baking soda with something on your face, right? Who wants to try? Who wants to take one for the team and try? Just be sure you have a big cold bowl of water ready just in case. And 911 handy in case you got a call. Just kidding. Don't do that. I don't know what that does. Don't even try it. Let her experiment with all that stuff. And I'm not going to do that. Everyone have a great night. I appreciate you all being here. Try to make it somewhat entertaining. But today was. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Taco Tuesday or whatever your Tuesday is. And believe it or not, just like that, the week is almost over. You know the way Vanessa's almost 50? Well, just like that, the week is almost over. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So, with that said, have a good night, everyone. We'll talk to you then. Bye.